Hello, hello, hello. Happy 2023, my friends. How are you? Good evening. Happy Friday Night Live. Just wait until everybody jumps on here. So if you are watching, this is live. Hello, I'm Vicki Booten, and welcome to my Facebook or YouTube channel, wherever you're watching from. And happy 2023. This is my first live in the new year. I went on a lovely vacation with my family, and I'm happy to be back crafting with all of you guys. So I hope you're doing well. Hello. Hi, Brenda. Hi, Dion. Hi, Susan. Hello, Melanie. How are you? And hi, Lisa. Oh, lots of friends are here. We'll see if everybody remembers to come and hang out with us or not, because I've been away for a while, right? Hi, Karen, Becky. How are you guys doing? Hi, Julie. Oh, so nice. Hi, Veronica. Love my top. Thank you. The top is for a reason tonight, because look at these lovelies. Aren't they beautiful? My friend Noah sent them to me from my favorite store in the UK called, oh my goodness, I just forgot. That's how tonight's going to go. I'll remember in a minute. Starts with a B. Bowden. It's Bowden. But look at, aren't they absolutely gorgeous? So I had to wear the shirt to match the earrings tonight because I'm very excited. Hello. Hi, Anita. How are you? I'm happy for you to catch us live as well. Hi, Glenda. Hello, Dandy. Hello from the Philippines. That's exciting. Isn't that fun that we can craft and meet up and connect all over the world? Very exciting. Hi, Kari. Hi, Natalie, DeSusan, Irene. Hello, Margie. I thought you weren't going to be here. I'm happy that you popped on. Look at lots of friends have found us. Very exciting. So welcome back. Did you guys have a good holiday? We haven't spoke since prior to Christmas. So that's a long break for us, right? And then the family and I went on a lovely cruise. We had beautiful weather. We had just a wonderful time doing nothing and everything at the same time, but I was not working. I literally took the break, and now I'm very happy to be back at it crafting. I spent the day prepping the project for tonight. I stayed up last night too late. I'm trying not to do that, trying to go to bed on time. But then I get in my creative space. I don't know, are you guys like that? And I just start making, and then I can't stop. And then I finished it today, so I would have a definite plan on where we're going. And I think it's a great way to ease us into the new year with the Friday Night Lives. And I also was prepping and getting everything ready for the print shop weekend. So if you guys have your kits and you've either purchased it through me, purchased it on your own, or got it through my friend Natalie in Australia or Michelle in New Zealand, it starts. It's this last weekend of this month, but it starts this Sunday. I'm going to do a meet and greet, and I'm also, dude.
I have to let my fans know.
Yes, but you ruined my whole train of thought when you pop in here.
Listen, let my fans know that I survived Coco Cay Ocean Adventure.
Okay.
And I can still pack boxes.
Okay. This is not the time to come in here and disrupt the flow. Sorry about that, friends. Whatever I was talking all about the important stuff. He's not, I'm going to lock him out. So if you're not familiar, that's my husband, Rich, Sidecar, the dancing monkey. And he feels like all of you guys are here for him. So you just have to talk to him and make him feel good about the things. But I'm like, dude, I just started. I need to keep my train of thought. I have things to share. I need to go through the minutes first. But he wouldn't be good in a meeting. He'd be interrupting everybody. He'd be in the back at school. Oh, Mr. Cotter, right? Only you older ones like me will know that reference. But anyway, it starts. The print shop weekend starts on Sunday. I'm doing a meet and greet. And then I'm going to also be doing one of the interactive bits in the album with you guys. We're going to prep. And then if you need to get into the Facebook group, make sure you have your order number. If you decide you love print shop, you have lots of it on your own, you can go to vickybooten.com and purchase access only. It's very inexpensive for all the content that you get. and we're going to be making some beautiful things. So when I flip the camera, I'm going to give you a little peek. The kits are sold out. A couple of you have reached out to me, and I do have like a couple of kits, but they're gone because it's, unless those people who've reached out decide they don't want it, they pretty much all sold out. All of it is gone. So if you have stuff at home that you're going to use or whatever, I would love to have you guys there with me. But it's probably, I say it all the time, but I'd have to say that this kit, after working on it, is definitely in my top 5 projects I've ever made, favorite projects I've ever made. It is so much fun. And we're going to get started on Sunday. I believe it's 2 p.m. Eastern time for a meet and greet. We're just going to chat, and I'm going to answer questions. And I have a lot of newbies, new people that are doing my class for the first time. So it gives us a great opportunity to discuss things, give you tips and tricks for success, talk you off the ledge. Because I know some of you, when you look at the size of the projects, like it might freak you out a little bit. Totally don't need to be. It all will work out. We have so many things after doing these classes for so many years with such a great group of people that have offered feedback and things that help, that it's going to be awesome. So meet and greet. We're going to have a prep day where we do partial cutting and we can talk through things. And then we're going to get right into the classes the last weekend of the month. It's going to be so much fun. So like I said, it's going to be good. So I'm not going to talk. Any questions before we get started? You were hoping Print Shop would be part of the Alaska cruise classes. We'll see. It's going to be a good mix, but don't forget, I have a brand new collection coming out, and I want to start doing a little bit more mixed media and other things, because we have to keep in mind, right, when we go on these cruises, that you have to pack everything with you. And my albums are so big that we're looking at some different things, because if you know, I have Alaskan. The cruise to Alaska is coming up this summer. I will be spending over a month in New Zealand and Australia. So if you guys are watching and you do live in that area, or you're going to be coming with me, doing a back-to-back cruise there in Australia and then the South Pacific. So that's going to be a lot of fun. There will be land classes that are going to be introduced soon. So I have a lot of planning I've been doing, and I think you guys are going to be excited to come along for the ride. I also opened up 2 cruises to Greece that are full. You guys, I love it. It's mind-blowing that you guys want to hang out with me. And if some of you are like, Vicky, cruises, why cruises, not land classes? I'll tell you why for the cruises. All your accommodation, your entertainment, and your food is taken care of in that set price. So I just look at it and go, you couldn't put an event together that as easily as that. I just have to show up and do the teaching portion. And I love that we're together for a week. You can talk your significant others or bring your family along. So it's like, can be a family vacation or an anniversary or a birthday trip with scrapbooking or mixed media art or creating as part of it. They make sense. So just so you know, I have reached out to Cruise and Crop, and I was talking on the Vicky Boot Creative Community page about adding 2 Caribbean dates. So we're working on the contract. Those will be posted soon. So I'm just going to let you know if it's something you're interested in. If history, right? Is that the term? History serves? Whatever I'm trying to say. I'm tired. I think they'll fill up pretty fast because they are definitely a little easier on the pocketbook, and they'll be going out of Port Canaveral in, I believe it's February of 2024. Okay, so I just wanted to let you guys know that. The other things for any of my local friends that live in Southern Ontario, and you would like to come and do an event with me in person, I will be back at Scrap Fest in Kitchener this year with 3 brand new, exclusive, awesome classes. So I just want to let you know, spaces are very limited for that. When it opens up, you will not want to wait if you want to register. I believe that hotel blocks have opened up. So if you do want to come and spend Friday afternoon with me and Saturday all day, that you might want to look at that. So I just want to give you guys a heads up on that for Scrap Fest. I will be back. and I will be teaching a mixed media class on Sunday that's going to be using these glittery watercolors and some distress ink. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to show you some things I was messing around with. And then I'm going to be doing another print shop class that'll be all brand new. So maybe you couldn't get this kit, and then you decide that I want to come and do that one. There'll be a print shop class for layouts and cards. And then I'm going to do another one with layering and Maggie Holmes. So it's going to be lots of fun. So, oh, it's going to be so good. You can't believe how expensive a flight from Alberta, Ontario. Don, I can't believe how expensive flights everywhere are right now, and hotels. The cruise, that's what I said to. So Rich and I decided to book another one, just the two of us, out of Puerto Rico. So I can go see some of my friends in Puerto Rico and just to relax. And my hotel for 2 nights in Puerto Rico costs more than one of our cruises. 2 nights in a hotel compared to 7 nights on a cruise ship with my food and everything included. So travel is just crazy. Scrap Fest is in Kitchener, Ontario, Canada. Really fun event. Love the event organizers there. Definitely one of those things that I support lovingly, but it is in Ontario, Canada. It's not the Scrap Fest, or there was one in the US, I believe, at one point. So anyway, any questions before we flip the things around? As you can tell, I'm excited to be back, and I'm super chatty. So we'll see how tonight goes. Hello, Dawn. How are you? Hello, Scrapbook Sister 70. How are you? Don't say that. We have to book a hotel in San Juan for our cruise in March. When are you going in March, Cara? We're going on March 17th, 18th, 19th, somewhere in there. Are you on the same cruise as I am? I'm telling you, don't wait. Don't wait. And if you have any questions, I've been to Puerto Rico quite a few times, but our hotel was over $300 each night. So it's just crazy times right now, right? Hello from the Gold Coast of Queensland. How are you, Susan? Very excited to have you here. So let's just flip the camera and get into the things. If you have questions, you guys are going to let me know, right? So very excited about that. Are you teaching a class in Puerto Rico? I'm not. It's totally just for fun. So having a hot flash here. Let's flip the camera and do the things, okay? So if you have any questions, let me know. I almost removed it. That would be bad. So there we go, flipping it around. Look what we're going to work on tonight, friends. I absolutely love it. I stay at the hotel at that's close to the airport and cruise port. Is it Geraldine? The one with the casino in it. Are you familiar? It's, you know what, when I used to go and do the events in Puerto Rico, we would always stay at that hotel, and it's just ended up staying there again. I don't know what it is, a Sheraton or something. But yeah, I have lots of friends in Puerto Rico, right? So very excited to go and spend some time with my friend Naomi. And we're going to hang out and go walk around Old San Juan, one of my favorite places in the world. Go and have some good food and some pina coladas, and then get on the cruise ship and just relax for a week. But it was really awesome. We had, do you teach in Spanish? I wish I could, Christina. I've taught at a number of events with Spanish speaking attendees, and I've always been lucky enough to have a translator. So I so wish that I could, but I don't know how. One day, right? I was said during COVID I should have learned how to speak Spanish, but yeah, I don't. I wish I could. I love San Juan. I love it. And I love my Puerto Rican friends. One of the highlights ever of my crafting existence was being able to teach in Puerto Rico and to make so many amazing friends there. So you love my country. I do too. I do. Some of the best humans I've ever met are Puerto Ricans. Just absolutely amazing, welcoming, fun, colorful, dancing, love to dance. So I love that. So much fun. Hello, Carissa. How are you? So this is what we're going to be working on tonight, friends. So I prepped the whole background so I could plan it out. I'm going to be using Print Shop. Not very much. Look, it's very minimal because all the business is going on in the background. I am going to use one of the pages from the ready-made background, and then we're going to use the Cosmic Watercolors. And then I'm going to also use Abandoned Coral Distress Oxide. I love this color with the Print Shop collection. This is one of the inks. This and Fossilized Amber is what I'm going to be using in the class as well. So you can use whatever colors that you want to, but these two go beautifully with this collection and really worked well tonight with this layout. The other thing I'm going to be using is this set of stamps. Love this. I'm just using this circle. So any circle stamp that you have will be perfect for this, or you could literally just hand paint circles. And then I grabbed, I love really awesome background stamps. So I grabbed this book stamp from Hero Arts to do some of the stamping. So you can use anything, any kind of background stamp that you want. If you have a script one or a text one would be perfect. But I love all of their rubber stamps. So that's what I'm going to be doing tonight. But I wanted to talk to you for a minute about the print shop class, that the access only is open now. Kits are sold out. It was crazy. I had lots before I went away on Christmas break and then came back and they were all gone. Right? Fossilized Amber is my favorite ink. I love it too, Nicole. It is awesome, awesome, awesome color. I find yellow is one of my favorite neutrals. Weird. I have both my laptop and my phone on the live video and have no audio on either. Any suggestions? Can you go out and come back in? Hello, Dawn. There's my friend, Dawn. How do I say? I can't say your last name. I will totally massacre it if I try. But Dawn is the owner of W+9. And if you're not familiar, go and join her private Facebook group. I popped on there last night and she was making a beautiful card. What we're using, Spellbinders, dies, I believe, and some Concord 9. Oh, the most gorgeous rich tones of cardstock. And I got to see her finished card. To Wool Slagle. Okay, I'll never remember it, but I said it once. Okay, I'll never remember because that's me. But I saw the finished project today, and she is a stunningly amazing card maker. So if you're not familiar, you want to check her out. So I'm giving you a quick peek. What we're going to be working on in the print shop class is a whole whack. There'll be 10 layouts. Some of my favorite pages I've ever created. You're going to be making them with me. So that just gives you a little peek. No one has really seen these yet. I have 2 on the go. Oh, that vellum, man, is everything. So we are going to be making a whole whack of layouts. And let me grab the book is behind me, so I have to stand up. This is what we are going to be working on Sunday when we do the meet and greet. And I said there's one thing I know that I'm going to separate is going to be this. We're going to work on the little waterfall flaps because some of you guys have made these. I did not reinvent the wheel with this. This is out there, but I just thought it would be a fun addition to the class. But I knew that this is the one thing that I don't want to put in with hours and hours of teaching. We're going to do this on its own. What I'm going to recommend if you are there with me on Sunday doing this is don't make it out of the pieces out of your kit. Grab a piece of cardstock and a piece of pattern paper and let's make a tester one like I did here. Like when we go in the class, I have a couple testers around just so you guys can see each step, because it's going to make it way easier for you to practice and make sure everything is lined up rather than if it's your first time making a waterfall interactive piece that I don't want you to mess it up. But I have to say, do you guys understand why this collection probably, I'll tell you, sometimes all the stars and planets align and print shop is that for me because there's a lot of white in this. with these awesome patterns. And I just love how it all came together when I finally created this. I find that it doesn't matter what photos you're putting in here. It's just so much fun. So it is this interactive bit, right? And then it's also a top flap and a pocket. So how fun is that? So we aren't going to be finishing it on Sunday, but we're going to make this part so that it's not too stressful. But this is going to be so much fun, friends. So this is like a little side layered flaps. So much fun. You guys are going to have so much fun. The group is open. So you have to make sure that you go to a Vicky Booten Print Shop private group or Print Shop event private group. You need your order number and you need to request access because you can't just join, right? You have to pay to play for this one because it's a lot of work that goes into this whole thing. But I know a lot of you have purchased lots of Print Shop on your own, supporting your favorite local scrapbook stores. You've either purchased it through me or you want to use something else. Hello, Yessie. It's going to be so much fun, right? So just to give you a little peek, you're going to enjoy this class. I really believe that we're going to have a lot of fun with this one. I'm very excited. It's going to be at the end of the month. Look at this little slider. How fun is that going to be, right? So I just love how this one turned out. I love that it's neutral, but with pops of color, and it will work beautifully for any kind of photos you want to put in here. And here's the other magic thing with these 6x8 album classes. A lot of you guys maybe are card makers now, and you used to be scrapbookers and you don't do it as much anymore. I find that you could put a whole year of photos in this. This could be a mini scrapbook that you can document the highlights of 2023 or your highlights of last year. So when you see these classes come out, I really do believe, even if you aren't scrapbooking anymore, that it's worthwhile to do the album classes. I just love it. Question, what do the bonus items look like? I'll show you. It's that gold brad that I just showed you for the twister. And it's not a make or break. This is it. A gold tassel. And then on that tassel is a little star and a tiny little gold butterfly. Like, they are not maker or breakers. And then the ball chain. So see, I'll try to twist it. There's a gold butterfly, a little star, and then the little gold tassel. And they're on the sides, and then a large gold brad. Okay, we're going to have so much fun, Dawn. Hello, Serenity 2. How are you? So let's get to making tonight. Are you guys ready? Who's going to play along with me tonight? I love all my friends from Australia being here. Are you guys, is it Saturday morning for you? I love that. So like I said, this is what we're going to be making. You need some kind of twine. I'm using black and white baker's twine. And we are going to, I'm using Print Shop. You can use whatever you want, but now it's Print Shop time, right? The focus was on Evergreen and Holly for so long that I'm excited now that for the next, until April, really, my whole focus is going to be Print Shop and all that fun stuff, right? So even if you're not making this with me and you're making cards or you're folding laundry or you're just kicking back and drinking a beer, whatever you're doing, I'm happy to have you here tonight. And you can craft along or not, whatever works for you. You can come back and do this later. Look how pretty this is, friends. So can you see that sparkle? I hope that it translates well on camera with the lights. But this piece that we're going to use is out of, I create, I think once or twice a year, we will come out with the ready to use mixed media papers. So this is all my original art that we put in a paper pad on a heavier cardstock that you can use as your base. And someone just posted a cut file on top of one of these, and it looked absolutely stunning. So you will see it's heavier than regular pattern paper, but not as heavy as, say, Foundations paper. And it does have a little texture on it as well. So I just went in and went, I think that I would like to use that black and white and all of my metallics are going to pop beautifully on here. So if you have the pad, this is what I'm using. If you don't have the pad, you could create this yourself with some black paint or black ink and a stencil. But this is the base. I'm going to throw this on the floor, so it's going to be loud for a minute. Okay. Hello from New Zealand. How are you? I can't play along. My craft table is stacked. You need to clean up. Yeah, I just started. Does anyone else feel in the new year like that? I so want to declutter and get rid of crap. And the one thing that is a huge one for me is the clothes. Oh my gosh, I'm such a clothes horse. And now they're overtaking everything. So one of the things that I need to do is go through and clean my closets out. All right, so I'm just going to trim the top off. But yes, the other thing is going to be rearranging my craft room. I have been planning for some new classes. I have been planning for things that I would like to accomplish creatively this year. I just, right, did Rich fix your chair? No, Julie, I just get off it and tighten the screws by hand every now and again. So no, my husband is not handy. He's a lot of amazing things, but Vicky needs to find the tool and do it herself. I just spent days cleaning, purging, and organizing in your scrap room. I bet it feels fabulous, right, Jennifer? I need a vacation day to de-stash my craft space. Definitely, probably at least one. You need it on a Friday, right? So you could do it all weekend. Purging is the word for January. 100%. I feel like fresh starts, new beginning, right? And I need to get rid of and donate and do so. I need to sell some of my clothes because some of them still have tags on it. I'm crazy. Can't help it. So this is the base. Look how lovely that is. These are photographs of my artwork that are scanned in and then create these pretty backgrounds. So I love this one. And I thought it would be really pretty to kind of build a pattern off of the left-hand side of that and then fill in with some pattern paper and such on this side. So what I said I'm going to use is, let me just kind of move everything aside. And then I still have this as a reference. And let's do the mixed media. So what will you need? I like a mister bottle. I like to mist these watercolors to get them nice and fluid. And then I can paint right out of them. I have, like I said, some water. I have a paintbrush. And I'm going to use this one circle stamp. You can use any circle stamp you have, or you could paint them yourself. You could use the cap off of something. Back in the day, it used to be like my little film canisters, but we don't do that anymore, right? I bet, Natalie, right? A lot of work. So I'm going to take these Cosmic Watercolors, and I just mist a little bit of water in there, and they are good to go. Pretty much the colors I'm going to be using are the gold. This gold, you'll end up buying a second set just for this one. It is pure magic. I'm going to use some of the blue and some of that Barbie pink color. Okay. And let's make some room. So I have a paper towel handy. I like to use this paintbrush is a number, Vicky's blind, I can't see it. I think it's a number 10. So you just want a nice round brush that will hold all the water. So when you want to tap some of the pigment on there, you can. Like I said, I have water and we are good to go. I'm going to use this little plastic sheet as well to create a pool of paint that I can stamp my stamp into and ink it up, right? You won't be sad about that, Kelly, that you bought 2 sets by accident. Now, the whole key, though, is got to use it. And then because it is, right, it is a product that you're going to go through, like you'll end up using it all. And it isn't one of those things that you'll ever get tired of. It's a basic color palette, right? That just keep using them. And what's nice, they aren't going to dry out on you because it is a dry medium that we just add water to. It's going to be good, right? Question, what are these paints called? Missed these. How did that happen? I don't know. This is what the box looks like. I had a new box. I don't know where I put it. But this is what the box looks like. These are called Cosmic Watercolor set. They came out with Print Shop. And that is what it looks like. It comes in the box like that with a little watercolor brush. It is called Cosmic Watercolor. That's the key. Use it. 100%. That is the key. So let's start building our pattern with gold circles, and then we can fill them in with the other colors, okay? And you're going to really see if you are using, oops, almost knocked my pop over. If you're using this paper, that you'll see the texture as you start to paint with these. But look at how much pigment is in there. So I'm not doing a ton of stuff on there. I pick that up and look at what I have. So I'm going to water that down a little bit just so I have something to stamp into. And we're going to start to lay out our basic pattern. This is not going to take long. And it is just an awesome way to kind of elevate your project. So you could paint right on to the stamp if you wanted to. You're not going to get a crisp image, right? This is going to be loose and watercolored. And we can just start building a pattern up the page, okay? So you can stamp into that paint. You can paint it onto your stamp, whatever tickles your fancy. And then we're going to just kind of start building up the page. I did all of them in gold and then filled it in, some of them in with other colors. Yes, I do sell these on VickiBooten.com. If they aren't listed, I do have lots. I will just have to add them to the store. So let me know if you go on there. If it says sold out, I have lots of them. I will be ordering every single Vicki Booten mixed media product I'm going to be stocking, because we are going to be doing a ton of mixed media this year. I would like to add Distress and maybe some Simon Hurley items, couple other mediums and companies we're going to work with. I'm going to use a very basic pattern, color palette that is kind of similar, so that once you make those investments, I'm just going to be showing you different ways to use all of the stuff all year long. That's kind of what my plan is. Okay, so I'm just kind of looking at my image. Just remember, you're going to be covering up a lot on the right hand side, so that just kind of keep that in mind when you're putting your pattern down. So right now we're just kind of building a pattern so it doesn't just look like random circles all over the page. And then we can start filling some of these in with some paint. Natalie, there's going to be so much mixed media going on this year, and I really am thinking about doing a year-long class. I would really like to do a mixed media year-long class that are the basics of mixed media, and then just adding a fun technique that we focus on each month, and just put it into like a class style. So I don't know what your thoughts on that. Keep it pretty inexpensive, where there's a lesson each month and then we do a deep dive into that. But I would really like to look at doing some of that and keep it all contained in one place. So it's kind of where I'm thinking about going. I just have to, like I said, just got back, focusing on Print Shop, and I just kind of need to make a plan moving forward. So now I'm just kind of filling in a couple of these, okay? Maybe another one right here. And now let's just start putting some paint in there. Hello, Nicole Noasad. I do think it would be great, right? Is that it could be where I give you like a basic tool pack to start. Like, these are the things that we're going to use. I would like to do it in an art journal, but we will kind of make cards and other things with it. And then where we can go with that is we can add some other things where for that month, it's just going to be like maybe 2 editions. So I don't want it to be where it's overwhelming and super expensive. I want the idea to be more where we can just start kind of building your creative toolbox, right? So look at now, we're going to fill some of these in, friends. Okay, so I'm going to fill some in with gold. So I'm just going in and loosely, look, just loosely painting them. They don't have to be perfect. Just drop some gold paint in there. We're going to just go around and add some gold. Most of these have gold in them. And then I went in with some of the other colors, okay? So, right, the thicker you put the paint, the heavier the finish. But just drop some gold in here. These will dry fairly quickly as well. And now I'm going to go in maybe one more gold one. How about right here? That one will be gold. Doesn't have to be exactly like the original. Now I'm just kind of going for it, right? So I'm going to rinse my brush off. I'm going to wipe this gold off. And now I'm going to load it with a little bit of the pink. I'm going to sell a basic starter kit. I'm going to. And then what you can do is you can either get it from me or you can purchase the stuff on your own like I always do. But I think it will be nice that you can find all of the things. Now I just have to kind of organize it all, right? So I'm going to go in here now with some of this pink. But I don't want it full on pink because the color that is on here on the page is more of a salmon. So I'm just going to deposit some of the pink. And then guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to go over it with some of the gold, and that will give it more of a kind of peachy salmony color. Okay. So look it, just go in there, put that down. Oh, I love it. It's like a rose gold, really making kind of like a rose gold color. Maybe a little bit more pink. Love that. And then just decide how many pink ones do you want on here? What other colors do you want to add? Thanks, Terry. Yay for starter kit. Yeah. And then everything that I'm going to be adding in the classes, I'm going to carry all the basics. So when you see like a stamp I love to use or stencils that I love to use, that I'll have them all available. So you guys can pick and choose whatever you want, right? Whatever you want. I just want, I have so many ideas for this year. I was sitting down and kind of brainstorming, and it's one of the reasons I've gone to bed late the last couple of nights is then I get into this thing, right, where I start kind of planning and thinking about all the things that I want to work on. And I really, really, really want to focus on more mixed media, teaching you the basics, and then teaching you how to use it in your projects. So not just kind of sit and do a class and then you're like, okay, I love it, but I have no clue what to do with it. I want to teach you the basics in mixed media, that every month we learn something new. And then I want to come back and we can turn all of that into 10 million different kinds of projects. So that's kind of what my thoughts are. And let's just go with it and see where it leads us, right? Hi, Michelle. I just joined in. Love from sunny Sydney, Australia. Michelle, I'm planning my trip when I come out there. And I was looking at Sydney, and then I'm going to have to hit you guys up so that you tell me all the things I need to do. And maybe some of you want to meet me and spend some time with me, showing me where you live. But yeah, making kind of some plans for when I come to visit, because we will do the cruise. And then I will be I have a week in between, right? And I was planning maybe to do Sydney and to do where I'm going to be in Adelaide, Brisbane. So the flights look like I could go around. I'm putting a little bit gold back on the colors. Okay, friends, I really like adding that shimmery gold on top of the pretty pigments. So I'm going to have to, as we get closer to that, friends, be hitting you up for ideas for what I need to be doing and seeing. Very excited about it. Very excited. So there we go, friends. That is pretty much the basic mixed media, what I just did there, right? Hello, Leander. How are you? are the best tour guides of Adelaide. I can't wait. My friend has already booked your cruise. She's so excited. I love it. And then I'll be doing land classes in Adelaide as well, right? Hello, Susie. Melbourne is a must-see. I'll be there. Melbourne, I'm looking at Melbourne, Sydney, and Adelaide and Brisbane. And I can the flights are so easy between all of them. I looked and a lot of them are like an hour, 50 minutes. So I just have to plan, and I'm kind of planning like 3 days in each place. 3 days in each place. So it's going to be good. So look how pretty that is, friends. Super easy. We're going to put some gold dots on it. You could give this a blast with your heat gun, or just press it with a paper towel, because what will happen is there's so much mica in the paints that even if I press paper towel on it, I'm not going to lift my pigment up. It's already deposited. I'm just really going to lift a lot of the water. So I just want to go in and put those gold dots on here next. And then when it's dry, we're going to stamp with a background stamp in the abandoned coral, right? You have a friend in Adelaide yet? I'll not be there. Yeah, that's sad, Cindy. I would love if you could be there with me, with all of us, right? Kangaroo Island is amazing. Yeah, when it's closer to the date, I'm going to be hitting you guys up for lots of ideas, because I seriously have no clue. But so much. I sat down, and did any of you guys, like when you're sitting and creatively starting to kind of plan things and do things, and I fell in a rabbit hole, but I came up with so many good ideas, and now I just have to execute all of it. Because that's what Rich always laughs at me. He goes, you are never short on ideas. You're short on time, and I'm short on help, right? Is to get the people. I need my graphic designer. I have to do that. And then just start making the plans so we can create stamp stencils and dies from my art. I've been doing a lot of drawing, and I want to turn them into art to use for your mixed media. So now I loaded up my brush with the gold, and we're going to go in and tap and layer some of that pigment on top of here. I just find that it ties all of that together by just tapping a little color. So I lay down that first little bit, and then I will go and fake it and make just some bigger dots so that it looks not like all just little polka dots. I want some bigger ones in there. Yeah, lots of plans for this year. My goodness, friends, I can't wait to start sharing it all. Just got to get it happening now, right? Never enough time. There is never, ever enough time, right? And the hard thing is that I am a company of one for the most part, right? Is that from working on my collections, the design, the shipping, running my store, loading my store, fulfillment, teaching, and then having to order product for that, designing classes, doing these lives, running my social media. Like it's a lot. And setting the groups up, I do all the graphics and all of the work for that. So anybody out there who runs their own business knows. And it's not one of those ones where even if I hire somebody, it's the time that it requires, right? To train, and then what I have to stop doing to do all of that stuff. But this is the year. I decided I don't care if it doesn't have to get bigger. I just want it to run smoother. And I want the experience to be a good one for everybody that joins me and plays along with the classes, comes and travels with me, uses my collections from American Crafts. I just want it all to be about experience, right? Yes, so many ideas, so little time. Totally, totally, totally. I just can't get away from work to go with her one day. Oh, I would love that. To all of the things, Kari will be my +1. Which cruise? Who has the wait list for the cruises? It's all through Cruise and Crop. I don't take care of anything other than the classes, friends. Okay, so if you have any questions or anything about those cruises, it's all through Cruise and Crop. The only part that Vicky plays in it is the classes, and when we get on board, then it's all Vicky all the time. You'll be sick of me. Ask. Look at Donna's here and Kari and who else is here? Serenity. They were on the cruise with me. I spend as much time with you as you guys want to spend with me. We have a lot of fun. Okay, so I feel like we don't have to overdo this, right? Now we have kind of layered, and what's nice is having that ready-made background already kind of determines our layout, where we wanted to fill in the design. I might go in with a little bit more blue, and then I feel like, is anyone playing along with me tonight that has these Cosmic Watercolors? I want to know what your thoughts are. I absolutely love these. They are heavily pigmented, and that gold I feel like is going to be one of your new best friends. The gold one, it is really, really lovely. Such shimmer, yeah. Yeah, we hang out a lot, right? Some people don't hang out, right? They come and do the class, and then they're like, see you later, see you tomorrow. And they go off and they're with their families or their husband or reading a book or doing whatever they want to do. And then I have other friends that are with me the whole time, hanging out with me and Rich. It's a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun. I am just very excited that we can do in-person things again, right? That we can connect, because if you've met me, it is one of the best parts of all of this is literally the connecting and getting to meet a lot of you guys in person. Okay, I am going to, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to press the heat gun or show you what we can do? Here, I'm going to, see, I ask and I'm going to do what I want anyway. I'm going to just press the paper towel on and show you guys, if you don't have a heat gun, look it. It's only going to pick up a little bit of the pigment, but all of the gold will be left behind. When this was done too, I did run it through my Mink just to flatten the page back out. The only reason I'm doing this is because I want to go in and stamp on it. But I'm okay with the wetness that's left. I think we're going to be okay. I'll just give it a blast at the end. So like I said, I grabbed a background stamp. This one is a text or book stamp from Hero Arts. I know I'm going to stamp it here, so I want to make sure I ink it on the left side of the stamp, feeding it into the right, but I'm going to ink it and then I'm going to wipe a bunch of it off so it's not just a rectangle of ink. You're going to need a second set. I know. Do you love it, Natalie? I love it. Hello, Annette. How are you? It was amazing. I got to meet Annette on the last cruise, right? It was the last one. It was so much fun. So I'm going to ink this up in Abandoned Coral. I just think that this makes a nice extra layer on this design. But what I want to do is ink this up, and then I'm going to wipe a bunch of the ink off so I don't end up having little squares of pattern like the ink pad. Okay, so I'm going to take now a baby wipe and I'm going to wipe some of that ink off. I am okay with this side being more solid, but this is what's going to kind of bleed into the pattern. So I am going to wipe some of that out so I don't have just a rectangle of, let's see what we get. Is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? I don't know, but I'm totally okay with it. Anyway, I have to stand up. Now, in a perfect world, I would have let this dry a little bit, but we're okay. We're just going to go with it. And I am going to add that stamped image right about there. You can press on it. You could run your brayer over it a little bit. Let's see what we get. Did I wipe too much off? Did I not put enough ink on? I love it. So now look at that layer that adds, and it will tie the paper in that we're going to be using on this. So I am going to also ink a little bit off this edge. So I really want to wipe some of that off on the side. And then let's just press it down here. Oh, love it. Perfect. Okay. Now, if you went and you did this and you're like, oh, I stamped a big block, I am not loving it, what I would recommend. Yeah, I'm not setting the Facebook group up for the cruise. I don't do it till closer to. Again, remember one Vicky. So I could set that cruise Facebook up. I'll never be on it because I can't manage all of the things that I do. So we won't be opening that group up until a couple months prior to the cruise. So if you were wondering, right, when I'll open that up, it won't be for a little bit. Question, will the Docs ink dry over the paint and not rub off? I don't know the Docs. Oh, Distress Oxide. You use that and I don't. It didn't wipe off. It didn't wipe off because I did it. Look at on this one. It totally set up. It's fine. Does not come off. My hands are dirty. So you're like, really? Yeah, it totally dried on here, Karen. So see, some of this I'm not a lover of. So I'm going to do a little watermarking and break some of that up. So it's not just that kind of dark application. Break some of that up, soften the color. But look, it's going to dry beautifully on top of there. Now I will give this a little blast with my heat gun because you know the Distress Oxide takes a little while to dry. If your page starts to buckle, what I would recommend is just put it underneath something heavy until tomorrow. When some moisture dries out, it'll flatten out again, or run it through your Mink. It is perfect. It's perfect. It'll run it through and it totally flattens it. That's what I did with this one, and it's perfectly flat now. You know what? I don't need to dry this, friends. I already have one that's done. So you would dry this, but look at, I am so organized tonight. I can just work on this one. Hi, Sandra. Vicky, you can swipe the ink pad down the stamp in a diagonal to give you the effect you want. Yeah. But it's still going to have, you know, even with swiping it, I don't want it to be just a perfect, I want it to look broken like it's distressed. You know, like if it was one of Tim's stamps where it would only be part of that book paper, it wouldn't be a whole rectangle. So I just feel like wiping some of it off makes it a little, I might have a better chance of not having a rectangle, right? Just had my stamp upside down for the second pressing. That's all right, Loretta, you're going to cover it with stuff. Nobody will know. So let's start building our layout. So there is a little buckle to it. Not a big deal. It's going to go in a page protector one day. Do you see how Vicky said one day? Because all of my stuff just sits in a pile. One day when I'm organized, it'll go in an album. And it will flatten out nicely. Okay, so we're done with our mixed media. Let's make a layout. So if you're a card maker and you are not a scrapbooker, you could totally use this technique and just scale it down, and you can make a card with this, because this would be beautiful on, you know, my favorite is slimline card, and then just all you need is a big sentiment and you'd be done. Or you could put some tiny butterflies flying up it, and I think this would be beautiful as well. Right? So you definitely can use any of the, oh, look how pretty that looks on there. You can use any of the things that I create, any of these techniques, and just manipulate it or use it to fit with whatever type of crafting you do, right? There's no limitations. This could go in an art journal, whatever you want to do. So now, remember I had all of those pieces cut. Oh, can I show you something? So I was playing around, like, look at, this is going to be one of those things. How beautiful is that? So that is one of the things I played around with. Love it. So they are beautiful, beautiful, beautiful paints. And that is just literally a sheet I cleaned up on. And they will be beautiful on cards. So I'm just using a couple different pieces of pattern paper. The photo I'm going to use is a square. Yeah, you could trim it down. You could run this through your die cut machine and do a title out of it, whatever you want to do, right? So I just tore a couple of pieces of pattern paper from Print Shop, and my idea is that it would give a pop of color over here on the right hand side of the page. And then I can layer the black, which ties the black in here underneath. So I am going to butt these up pretty much, right? So you're going to cut maybe like, you could cut it and tear it, or you could just tear it off of a full page like I did here. If you want the white edge, just practice your tearing so that you get the white edge on the side of the page. But I thought this was a great way to introduce some pattern paper without having to cover up all of our mixed media, right? I know, tearing paper. Can you believe it, Kari? It's so not what I normally do, but it totally works with kind of the artsy look of this this layout. So it is going to go on the edge, and then I'm just going to adjust the black to fit underneath it. So to start, I'm just going to glue or adhere the straight edge side, and then I can slide my black in underneath it. Thank you, Jerry. What Jerry was saying, remember to give a thumbs up on the video if you have not liked. If you're not liked or followed my Facebook page, and that's where you're watching, or you are on Facebook, please do that. If you are watching me on YouTube, make sure that you're subscribed and that you give the video a thumbs up. It's very much appreciated. Natalie helped me, and there are lots of share sale links in the description of the video if you want to know what I'm using. Maybe you have just discovered Vicki and her community for the first time today, and you're just kind of surfing the web and you are maybe not watching live. There is lots of information there, and I very much appreciate any of the support that you guys offer. Thank you very much. So see, that's fun. You can take that and curl the edge a little bit. Writing them down in a notebook. I agree, Karen, and it's what I do too. I was talking, a friend had stopped by to pick up some stuff from my store, and we were talking, and I said, the one thing when people will say they have like creative block or no new ideas, that's not something like, it's always in there. My whole thing is I never have enough time to do it all. And now that I run this as a business, it interferes with my creative time, right? Oh, look, I dropped my ink on here. So I just want to make that happen this year. I want to do my mixed media and just art for everyone and just easy techniques that I can sit down for 15 minutes and whip something out. Or maybe I can take 20 minutes a day and do something creative, because I'll tell you, it's good for the mind, body, and spirit. It's not only like, oh, it's my craft and I enjoy doing it. For me, it's also really good for my mental health. Just makes me feel good. It brings me joy. So if you are watching and maybe you've kind of always just kind of hung out and you haven't created along with me, I hope that changes this year. I hope 2023 is the year that you are going to give it a try, right? And that's why I think mixed media is a great place to start. If you are not a photo-based crafter or a memory keeper, it does not mean you can't play along. I want to start doing this in an art journal. There does not have to be any rhyme or reason or purpose for any of this art. For me, my fulfillment comes from just making. And I could just as easily have done this in an art journal and just moved on, made it and moved on. I would like to do a lot of handmade albums and just things that I did years ago that I haven't done a lot of anymore because I haven't had time to just do creative things like back in the day when I was just making whatever I wanted to make, right? A lot of what I'm doing, let's decide which photo I want to use, is class-based or doing the Friday night lives. that I would also love the opportunity to just make for the sake of making. And if you followed me for any amount of time, you know that I love painting and art and mixed media. And I love to teach it. And I love for you guys to drink the Kool-Aid with me and do it. It brings me just an unbelievable, I'm going to go with a bigger photo, amount of joy. Crafting is the best for everything, takes you to a happy place. It does. It does. I really believe that. And the other thing I do is I don't put any limitations on my creativity. If I want to art journal that day, I'm going to art journal. If I want to make something and throw it in the garbage after, I'm totally okay with that, because part of the joy comes from just the making. I don't really care if I do anything with a lot of the stuff, right? An artist who just paints on a canvas, a lot of them just paint or sit in your sketchbook and sketch, right? So I just want to get a lot of you guys there with me, that a lot of crafters is, I have to finish. I have to get caught up. I need to get all my photos for 2022 done. I don't craft like that. There's no agenda or purpose to it other than the connecting we do when we're here. And the other thing for me that I absolutely love is just the process of making, right? What is that? Thanks, Lorraine. Very happy to have you here. Vicky, my sister and I are going to Greece with you next year for both cruises. We cannot wait for the mixed media. I'm very excited about that. I'm going to make it a lot of fun. I'm going to be introducing some of you guys who haven't done a lot of mixed media to some awesome tools. I really want to start doing a lot of gel plate printing because it really is where my happy is. It's going to be fun. So I've matted my photo. I took this photo when we were on the cruise. And now let's start doing some of the bits. So one of the things I thought would be fun is to kind of add a banner on my page. It kind of ties in the turquoise. So what we're going to do with that is I have a 1.5 inch strip, and we're going to cut 1 by 1.5 inch rectangles. And then we are going to, oops, almost dropped it on the floor, take a piece of baker's twine. And that's what I did. I just made my own embellishment, right? Print shop is sold out, Candy. You can get on the wait list if you send me an email. If I'm cleaning up right now because I did my last batch ship. So if I find one, and if you emailed me already, I have emails and everything to go through. If I have one left, I will reach out and let you know. But at this point, I'm sold out. They sold out, it sold like crazy after Christmas. They just sold like crazy. So I am going to cut 5 1 by 1.5 inch rectangles. Oops. Ish is fine. Me too. I really love these watercolors, and there might be new ones coming out with my next collection, maybe. You didn't hear it here. Maybe. But I think the next collection isn't coming out until March, right? So we have a little ways. So I have my string. I am going to use, I got to find it, some Connect, some liquid glue, because I find that I want to make this look like it's wrapped around the string, but I work on both sides of my desk, right? This is where I will film, and that other side is where I actively am working. So guess what? I brought it over here, so let me just grab it. Can you hear my, slippers? Clumpity clump clump. So I'm going to take the end of the paintbrush I just used. I'm going to take my little squares and my scissors, and I'm going to make a triangle for my banner by taking the end, and I'm just going to let the two tips match just to find the center. And I'm going to cut from the center to the edges to create a triangle. So I just eyeballed all of this. They don't have to be perfect. And we're going to cut 5 of those. Right? I don't know if we'll, do you want me to make the whole thing, or I have one made already, right? So I think if I just show you guys how to do this, we don't have to make the whole thing. Okay, that gives you an idea, right? Very good. How we doing out there? Because I know we've talked about this. I've talked about this with a lot of people, that a lot of you will be here, but you aren't really chatting, or you're watching on your TV, so you don't interact. But this is for you. How you guys doing out there? I hope you're doing well. I'm glad you're here with me tonight, or this morning, if that's the part of the world you're in. I love it. Why not use the first one as you can use it as a template. If you do whatever works for you, Carla, right? I just find if I use it as a template and I cut around it, they'll all be different sizes. I'm not very good with following that kind of thing, but it is a great suggestion. If that's your thing, totally do it. I'm going to give the top of it a little bit of a curve so that I can wrap it around the banner or the string. So I'm going to take this now. I'm going to bring the camera down a little bit. Okay. So there's nothing fancy here, right, guys? I don't have like anything that I can make this. Just press a button. It's all just Vicky working away here. So I'm hoping this makes it a little easier for you to see. Hello, Dawn. Are you making something beautiful? A nice card? I'm going to take a little bead of glue and put it right along the top edge. Like that. Okay, little bead of glue. And then I found working like this was easier for me. So I'm just going to put that in the glue. Like that. And then I'm going to round the edge a little bit. I'm not really curling it around that paper, because if you curl it too much, you're going to see the backside of the top, because it's wider right underneath. So I just went in and did a little bit and then pressed it. And then just pulled that up. And then I have the start of a little banner, right? This glue, this Gina K Connect glue, dries really quickly. I like it a lot. I bought look what I got. I have my Barely art. I just haven't opened it or done anything with it yet, but I did get some of that. I really think most of them are the same type of glue. What is it called? U something glue, UPC, UPTQRS. It's debatable. I doubt that. You're making something awesome. Okay, so I just curled an edge. I'm just going to do another one. So you see, you're only going to leave a little bit of space between the two. And I did 5, but you can, whatever you're doing, because you might be adding more than one photo on your layout, whatever you want to do. But this is just a fun way to make a little embellishment for your project, right? Lay it down, get it in that glue, give it a little round and a squish. And it tacks up pretty fast. Decide you want a 1/2 inch, a little bit less space. I want it to be a little tighter. So guess what? I'm just going to hold it and pull the string. And then I can get it a little closer and then just give it another squeeze. Right? Yeah, Gina K Connect glue. I love this stuff. Gina gave it to me, my first bottle, a couple of years ago when we were at a event together, and I freaking love it. I love it. So I use that for my wet glue, or I use glossy accents. And I'm going to start using my Barely Art, but I know a lot of you love that glitter glue, whatever you guys call it, the glittery one, right? So there, this is what you're going to do. And you just continue. Like I said, I did 5. And it's just a fun little embellishment, adds a little bit of texture, but it's not too bulky. So I love that. Okay. So that's what you're going to do to create that. If you need your banner to be a little bit wider, go for it. Just add some more. You probably, some of you have a punch that you could have punched those little what are they called? Triangles out of. Whatever works for you. Just need a triangle. I wanted mine to be a little bit longer, so I had a little bit extra space to wrap it around the top. These could be bigger, but it is a fun technique, right? Can you get the Barely Art in Australia? I'm not sure, right? Art glitter glue. Thank you, Kari. Smarty pants. And then right with the tips, this one came with a whole, look at, I bought the whole set. I got this thing, all of this, and it came with the little tips and stuff. I only wanted it because the bottle is a bear. It's like the honey bottle that we used to have. I don't know if it's a Canadian thing, but we used to have honey that came in a bear bottle like that. So I don't know. I think I was channeling my youth, and I haven't even opened the glue yet, but I wanted it because it had a bear on it. And I'm not ashamed to tell you that's why I bought the glue. And then you guys told me it was good too. So I am going to pop up my photo on here because I love foam dots, as does my friend Natalie D'Souza. I just think it's the easiest way to add interest. You don't need to use a lot, but I'm going to pop that up. The bear honey bottle, right? You know what I'm talking about, Heather? I still buy honey in the bear bottle. I love it. My dad used to sell honey bears at the weekend markets. I love that, Cindy. Yep, that's exactly why the bear, you right? I'm not going to lie. I bought the glue because it was in a bear bottle. And it's one of those things with American Crafts when we are working on parts of my collection. When I first started and I was giving all my ideas and doing mixed media, and it's very pricey to do really fun packaging. But I've tried always. I want things in cute containers and in neat packaging. So that's why you guys will notice that the backing of my stencils will be art that you can reuse, right? The cover of the, not anymore, but the foundations paper will be pretty art. I just think that packaging and being able to upcycle and reuse is an awesome thing. So there are my photos ready to go. And then let's start laying this sucker out. So I thought I love these. So this is one of the things in Print Shop that I'm telling you guys, I would buy more than one package of these because they will work with all your different pattern papers. These little paper clips, we're going to be making these again. They knock them out of the park. They really turned out beautifully. So I pulled one of them and it says, find what brings you joy. And in this case, do I need to move the camera up because I'll probably be out of the camera now. Find what brings you joy. And in this case, it's my children crafting and spending some time with you guys. Let me adjust. It's pretty dark in here today, isn't it? Does that help a little bit? I love that, Denise. Denise has a whole drawer of empty Vicky Bouton packaging just waiting to be used. I love it. Yeah, Jamie, right? The honey bear jar. What was it? Craft? Was it Craft? Okay, so I'm going to put a couple different embellishments. So I love labels. They're in every one of my collections. So this one is out of the sticker book for Print Shop. And I thought that it would work well at the top of this. So I'm not going to glue anything down. I'm just going to kind of position things. And I had that picture over a little bit. So it's going to go there. I took out of the floral and title ephemera this lovely blue flower. And I know it's going to go up here somehow. So I'm just going to show you guys and then I'll glue it down. And then 2 leaves. And they're going to go up here as well. Ties a little bit of that green in there, which I love. So that's what's going to go on the top of the photo. And then I need something to stick this on. And I love this blue leaf. So I want it to kind of come out at the side. So I am going to stick it on like this somehow. Okay, and then I got to get it underneath the little paper clip. My favorite, right? Vicky loves her paper clips. If you are playing with me in Print Shop, when I say a box of paper clips, I mean it. You need like a lot of paper clips because we organize ourselves to get all of the stuff done, and you will need a lot of paper clips. So this guy is going to go over here. I'm going to pop that up, I think. Yep, let's put a foam dot. I love tabs. I love anything that will house other things. So what I mean with that is I love tabs because I can put a title sticker in it. I love banners and arrows and pencils and rulers because they're linear, and then I can place my titles on it and your title's not floating in space, right? So there's a rhyme or reason with all of it. So this is just kind of laying it out, and then we'll start gluing down. I have this pretty green leaf that I think would fit nice like that, tying some of that green in there. And then one of the titles that I have is Awesome. Awesome. And I think, right, we're building that. I'm going to layer some other stuff. This is just really what I had pulled out already. And then we'll decide if this is going to stay this way or what else I'm going to be adding. But let's just start playing with it and decide. Awesome Fun is my title. You can buy the empty bare honey bottles at Bulk Barn in Canada. Really? I love that. So it's going to be Awesome Fun. Awesome is out of the floral ephemera from Print Shop. Fun are these fun thickers. Don't you love this set? So they're all hand drawn, right? Hand drawn, and they're black. They are paintable. The white does not have a shiny finish, so you could add pigment to them. And I love this set. It's Print Shop is the name of these. If you notice, I really try for all the thickers of each of my collection. They don't completely match the collection so that you could use them past when you aren't using Print Shop anymore. So these are one of those things that I will definitely make sure I have lots of these in my stash. All my thickers, right? All of my thickers. I have tons. I keep tons of because I'll use them with other collections. So I'm going to put something like Awesome Fun. And then I thought the arrow would be fun to kind of layer towards the photo. And then I do have some of the chipboard stars. There's a box of chipboard shapes. And then I'll figure out what I want to do with that. But I like that it ties the black and the white. And then the idea, right, is that the banner can just go on here like that. And then we can decide if we want to add anything, like something to put underneath the title. I don't know yet. But let's start gluing our bits down, right? I love the Alpha set. So I have to stand up. I'm going to stand now because I can't see the top. So I'm going to start gluing from the top down. Sorry if I'm yelling in your ear now because my face is right by the microphone on my phone. That is one of the other things that I am going to be working on is I want a better streaming setup for classes and the lives. So now I need to find somebody who lives near me that can come and set everything up in my studio. So if you are local to me and you know somebody in film or that knows all of this stuff, hey, I'm open to it. Thanks, Nicole. So this is a sticker, but I did put powder on the back of it. That's what I'm talking about. This is out of the sticker book, right? It's out of the sticker book. But I put powder on the back of it because I like to be able to move it around, and I like them to be more like ephemera. I hardly ever use a sticker as a sticker. I'll always put glue on it, like move it around and then put glue on it. So I'm going to put that down. I've only put adhesive at the bottom so I can still slide my flowers underneath it, right? Can still get this guy in there. My photo is, so I print everything with a white border, right, Kari? So it is, the mat is a 4x4. And then I just go and print a size and I add it to a 4x6, and I will make it smaller so I know that I can get that 1/4 inch border around there. So I can't tell you an exact size because I cut it with the border on it. I'm sure if I was good at the maths, Kari, I could tell you an exact size, but it's Vicki Booten you're talking to, and that is not my forte. Okay, stick that down, stick that down. Love it, love it, love it. You know we're going to be popping some of this up, but I want thinner foam dots, so give me a second. Love it, love it, love it. Oh my goodness, I've missed you guys so much. Even Rich missed you guys, right? He was right down in here with his golf club, because I don't know what he's doing in the other room with his golf club. It is winter here. He was not outside with it, but he was doing his thing. Ding dong. Okay, so I'm going to put that guy on there. I'm going to curl it, and I'll pop the back of it up. So see, I don't put foam dots everywhere. I'll just pick and choose and just pop like an edge up. Yeah, I love my Epson Picture Mate. And you want funny? Do you guys remember before Christmas I thought it broke? So guess what? I went right on Amazon and ordered, and it's sitting underneath my desk. So I went right on Amazon and I ordered a new one. So I have this in the box that I ordered, and then guess what? There was nothing wrong with my Epson Picture Mate 400. So now guess what Vicki has? Two Epson Picture Mate 400s. Vicki is the proud owner of 2 of them now, because Vicki is a ding dong. Yeah, telling you, seriously. Nothing wrong with it. Totally fine. Hello, Julianne. You were waiting for me to say ding dong, right? I have 2 of them now, but it's okay. I'll just print 12 million photos. Well, I have them. That's, I think, what my count is on my phone currently, is about 12 million photos. So I like that. This little, we can put a sticker on it when we're done, but awesome fun. And you know I like to kind of layer these, and I'm all right with it. Just, I think I'm going to go pretty neutral and just leave it. I'm not going to mount it or anything. I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to fill this part in now, and then we'll go from there. And then I want to strategically place it. So I do not trust the glue on any of this stuff. So I will either glue it or I will use my tape runner, because it will fall off your page eventually. The glue is terrible on most things. I find stickers, all the rest of it. I just don't trust the adhesive, and I'll just add a little bit more, right? Just add a little bit more to be safe. A really wonderful ding dong. I am a ding dong. I'm telling you. I laughed because then I'm like, oh, I'm so glad that I bought myself a new printer, and then there was nothing wrong with the one I had. Do you guys buy rolls of foam adhesive? Really is magical, especially seeing that I cut almost every piece of foam adhesive I use. So if you have a roll, you don't have to cut the little round ones down or anything, because I will pop up the U. I like to do that, right? Funky fun, right? And I will just layer something like that. And then the end will go flat. Awesome fun. You could put whatever title. You know I'm not a title master. I just throw something on there. Welcome, Mona. First time here. Very happy to have you. We are here pretty much every Friday, right, friends? Pretty much, unless I'm on away teaching or doing whatever. We are always here crafting and connecting. I did Facebook Lives for a long time. And then with the pandemic, when, we were all just, any of us who really crave companionship and connecting with our friends, we're just hungry to find it somewhere. And I find that the lives just kind of blew up then, right? And I'm still here doing it because I was doing it before the pandemic. And I love when I put that on an angle. Just kind of like it. I'm going to leave it like that. I do scrapbooking. I do mixed media art. We make cards. It just crafting just for the heck of it, right? Because it brings us joy. So see, I like that. Like that. We'll pop up another one under here. Awesome F. Title is Awesome F. I love it, right? Whatever that saying is for awesome, right? Whatever the swearing little thing that people will say. It could be. You totally could put that on there. I am not offended by really anything. So you could totally scrapbook with me and put whatever you wanted on there and I would be game. I'd be like, love it. If you love it, I love it. So let's put that on here. Oh, I like this so much. I love this layout. I have to say, if I do say so myself, that I sat down and was prepping stuff, right? And I don't normally do that. We'll just kind of go off the cuff a lot of times on these. And then I went, you know what? I just kind of want to plan so that we stay, this is what I want to make sure that fits in there. Love that very much. And just started playing because don't forget, I was on vacation, right? I can sit down now. So I wasn't doing a lot of stuff. And I came home and then I was like, yay, I can craft again. So I sat down and just started playing around with all of this. Does that look straight to you guys? Because now I sat down, I'm gonna have to stand up again. Awesome fun. Love it. And then we can pop some of these. I wanted maybe some washi tape. Look. So, sorry. This is a washi tape from Print Shop. Isn't it beautiful? If I do say so myself, I love it. So before I put awesome down, I put it down already, but let's lift it. I'm going to put some washi underneath this. Look at, did you see that? Pretend that didn't just happen. Shh. I'm going to put some strips of washi right here because I think that'll be fun. I am going to do Love This and the circles. These ones really, I do really, really love this washi. You made some painted cow print earrings today and they turned out so cute. I love that, Keisha. I am Canadian, but a lot of our friends here are from all over the world. We have crafters, and I think a lot of times, I think some of the people that hang out with us on a Friday night don't even craft. I think they just enjoy the conversation, and it's just something to look forward to, right? So some are crafters, some are not. Do you think that's going to be long enough? Let's test it. But look at washi's magic because you can still see through it, right? Okay, Vicky. It's almost not long enough, but we're going to make it work. So I'm going to put that down as a nice transparent. I can still see my mixed media through it. Little layer, pop that underneath, and we'll layer a couple pieces. I love that. What a great, if I do say so myself, what a great addition. And then I know I want some of this right at the bottom. Can we see them? What, the washi again? What did you want to see? Oh, the earrings. You will have to go and check out Keisha's Instagram. It is just Keisha James on there, right? Keisha Rose James. She posts all of her lovely jewelry creations on her Instagram. Super talented, awesome lady. So, you know, I will always tell you guys to go check the things out. This washi, I need like 10 million rolls of. Love this. And if you've hung out with me for any amount of time, you know that I say that a lot when I comment on any of your stuff. When you post your creations, I am always love this because that's the Vicky thing, right? I do. I love it all. I love that you guys share. I love when you post what you make. I'm going to tear that off right there. But I love that. Look at, this is a great addition. So if you have the washi tape, I would say pull some out. I'm going to put the stars down too. Let's put a layer of the stars. If I don't like it, I can just peel it off, right? Hello, Brienne. How are you, my friend? How are you? Right? Oh, I like that too. This probably is my favorite ever Vicky Bouton set of washi tape. Look at the scissors. I love this washi. And it actually turned out beautifully. Like, because it's only on a white card. I didn't back it or anything. And look how vibrant it is. Ah, who doesn't love washi tape? So let's put that sucker on here. Look it, because I was going to put down, look it. I say that a lot too. Look it. I was going to put down some pattern paper, but this kind of quiets down the business here. And then when we layer awesome on top, awesome, love this fun. How fun is that? Awesome, love this fun. Oh, I need one more piece now of this one because I just covered it all up. Funny, if we have some washi tape, right? Because if you're like, oops, that's not the right one. Watch what you're doing. Pay attention, Vicky Bouton. I have drawers of washi tape, like my friend Lil Conkar. When I go to her house, she has buckets and drawers of washi tape. I love it. Is it Brienne's birthday? Happy birthday to you. I love that. How did I miss that, Miss Loveland? It's our friend Brienne Loveland, who is super supportive, amazing human being. It's her birthday today. And I totally missed that, my friend. I did not know that. Happy birthday, my sweet, sweet friend. Hello, Elaine. How are you? Have not started, but now pumped up to use it. You're so creative, Vicky. I heard about you from 2 years ago. I'm very happy you're here. I'm glad when you guys find us and you get to come and play. I have to say, do you not agree? That little bit of washi. So I know that for some of you, you might look at this and go, that mixed media is not for me. I think it looks messy. It's not your jam. I love it. I love it. And I think layering all the pieces on top really, and this is a little bit busier than what I normally do, but I find that layering all of this kind of just white and black and the navy and the plain patterns on top, quiet it all down, and then it works beautifully together. So I am going to put awesome, love this, fun. I just added the washi tape as part of my title. I love that so much. And then we have, right? How do we want our banner? Do we want it to go straight? Do you guys like that? Straight across? Do we want it to come up like this? I kind of like just how it's laying right now. What do you think? Just kind of little wonky like that. I think I'm just going to go with that. And then I'm going to curl these pieces down and glue them. Well, this one could go right off the page. And then this one we could make a curly Q or like that, or kind of under the arrow maybe. I like this. See, just kind of a little snake. You like the wonky, me too. You know what, Poppy? And it's a for real thing, because I sit down and, you know, we start doing these things and I'm like, I don't really know what I'm doing tonight. And then when it all just freaking starts coming together is magic to me. So let's see if I can maintain this shape that I just moved the whole thing. This layout is great. Thank you, Sandy. I really love this one, right? I'm just trying to peel the piece off the back. After watching Redefined Creative, what is that, Meredith? Do I know what that is and I just am messed up? What is Redefined Creative? Is it a person and that's just their name on the interwebs? I have to stand up again. I keep sitting down, but so I'm not popping all of them. I think I'll pop every other one up, and then yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So let's put a little doobie tape, and then just start. How did I have it now? Remember, I'm like, oh, I just kind of like it like that, and now look at Vicky can't like that, right? Whatever, it'll work. Whatever Vicky does. The coral accents. Yes, Paula, right? Because look at, when I first did it, I wasn't going to put the stamping in the back. Doesn't it tie? Because you have the coral here. This is kind of as a peachiness to the photo. The coral in the label, the coral here, the love this. I agree 100. I concur. I 100% concur. I love this layout, if I do say so myself. It's a person. Now, do I know this person, Natalie? I will have to figure out who that is now, because I love finding new creatives. You're probably like, yes, Vicky, you know exactly know who it is. But, you know, I'm not good with names. I'm really bad at that. So never to offend anybody, but I've probably liked her art. I've probably commented on her art. But oops, I just put too much tape down. Eek. See, I shouldn't have taped the background. I should tape the piece so that I can put it wherever I want, right? This is really wonky. Just go with it, right? I'm just going to embrace it. It is not where we had originally started, but it is where I am now. I'll figure it out though, right? I will go check her out for sure. Because if she was using my stuff or told you about us, I definitely need to go and see what's going on. What's up? Love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Now let's do. So I will often use, if I can find it, a glue pen. Because then I can trace exactly where I want this to go and then put it on here. So let's make sure it's working. Glue is coming out, and I'm going to draw a line for where I want this to go. And then I'm going to put it on my glue pen like that. And I like, because then it'll let me curly cue it a little. Hopefully it's going to work. Thanks, Trudy. Yeah, I will check it out, because I probably have seen her on Facebook, because anybody who links, right, when they use my product, when I start going through the, not Facebook, Instagram. Do we like that? Well, guess what? We do now, because it's not going anywhere. So yes, Vicky, we love it. because you can't tell me you don't now, because guess what? It's glued to my finger and glued to the page. Love it. I love this page. Have I said that? I can glue this one down. Should I now? Because let's see. Do I like that better? Yeah, I do. So I'm not going to put it off the page. I'm just going to put it like it's just laying on my page. So what's kind of fun is a lot of you guys find me and have probably used my product for years, but didn't actually know I was even a person, right? That you've used it because you bought it at your local scrapbook store or on HSN, or you found it at Joann's. And then you're like, oh, I was just kind of hanging out on the interwebs tonight, and now I see this crazy lady is making stuff. And then you look and you go, I have some of that paper or those stickers in my stash. I did not know Vicki Booten was actually a person. And so I think it's fun, right? When all the kind of stars align and then we find each other. And hopefully my voice doesn't irritate you and you stick around, or you enjoy like crafting with me. You like the company while you're cleaning, or you could be knitting right now. So I'm just happy when you guys find me. If you don't like me, you can keep that to yourself. I always love like on the social medias that people would have to post that, right? And I'm like, you wouldn't say that to my face if you met me out in public. So I probably wouldn't say that on somebody's online forums either, right? Because we're all still people. I'm just Vicki sitting here in my craft space making with my friends. What is the thing? I'm just a girl asking a boy to love me. I'm just a creative crafter asking my friends who hang out with me to be nice to me. Yes, love your company, right? I'm the friend you don't know you have. I have a lot of them, Michelle. And here's the whole thing, but I do know because you talk to me and I love it. I do love it, right? I love how this layout has come together, Vicki. Right now, to check out, oh, the comments are going too quick. I lost it. First time here, and I love. I love that you're here, Meredith. You know what I love this year is we're finding a lot of new crafty friends. And like I said, you do not have to be a paper crafter to hang out with me. Let me show you quickly the other things we do here. Look at. We make cards. We make tags. See, cards. Isn't that fun? We do lots of fun different things. So I feel that once you get here, don't leave, because there's lots of things we're going to share this year. Are you guys on board for doing some altered things? Maybe a canvas, mixed media, in an art journal. I want to do all the things. I will replay old videos to keep me company crafting. I love that, Meredith. And even like my mother-in-law who loves the YouTubes will go on, and she has people that she just loves to spend time with. She's like, I don't even create what they do. I just enjoy their stories. I guess, right? It's like as the world turns with Vicki. So, right? Or like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our crafting lives. So I love it, right? All the mixed media. Yes, Cindy, we can be best friends. So look at, oops, I didn't glue this down. Don't look it. Don't look it just yet. You're my general hospital. So yes, so if anybody watched soaps in their day, what were your favorite soaps? So I will have to tell you, Libby, I did not watch General. I know who Luke and Laura and all the rest, but I was not a General Hospital watcher, because my soaps all came from hanging out with my grandma, right? I would go to my grandma's house when I was sick or whatever, you couldn't go to school and somebody had to watch you because my parents were at school, because I was pretty much latchkey kid anyway. My dad worked shift work and my mother would be at work, and I would be home often by myself. But when I was sick, I would go to my grandma's house, and we would watch Channel 4 CBS And it would be As the World Turns, Guiding Light, Capital, and we watch Young and the Restless, right? You watch As the World Turns, 100% As the World Turns. I watched a farming channel just because I love the people. You don't farm. I love that, Lisa, right? A lot of us, I love cooking shows and the dessert shows and all those. And I don't make desserts at all, but I will watch cooking shows all day long. Although Devin told me today that we should open a restaurant because the lettuce wraps that I made were so good that we should have a restaurant. I laughed. What are we saying? All my children. Who's Dr. Paul? Who is that? I only watched soaps when I was on maternity leave. So Passions. You know what? I don't remember that one at all. Do you guys remember Capital? Wasn't that one Capital? I watched Capital. Days of Our Lives. I love it. Soaps with my grandma would watch Young and the Restless and Bold and the Beautiful. Yeah. I love it. As Another World, right? They were such a huge thing when we were young, watching high school. Dr. Noah Drake, sigh. I love it. I love it. And I know who Lael by Mail is. Lael is one of my best friends, right? So yes, if you like to list, and I will often I don't list, but I'll hang out with Lael just so I can share all the things she needs to list because I do like to talk. So look I love this. So what do we need to finish this? Journaling. I don't really journal. I'm not going to lie. I'll put a date on here somewhere, but if you were so inclined, you would journal now. So now the thing that I want to do is add some little stickers. So let's see what off the sticker set. I would really like yellow on there, I think. Let's see if yellow one of these. Oh, that would be so good, but it won't fit. Something to be thankful for, slow and steady, just you and me. Well, just the three of us. Good to your soul. For the record would be good. This life, I like that. Happy looks good on you, but will it fit? Let's see. I like that one. I will journal sometimes, but it's an afterthought for me, Rose. And when I hang out with my friend, Allie Edwards, she tells me that I need to journal because she likes to but I always say the people who liked English, well, I was good in English. I can journal. I'm good at writing. I wrote my whole book, but it's not my first thing. Like my friend Greta Hammond, I don't know if she is here tonight, but her layouts she would journal sometimes first and then build her whole project around that. And most of the time I run out of space because I just like the crap. I like to put all the crap on here, right? And then I usually don't have a spot for my journals. So I love it. Happy looks good on you. And I'm going to tell you still, I didn't, but put a little bit of glue underneath it. It's not going to hurt. Oh my goodness. Don't you love that? I love that. And we could put a little sticker on the arrow if we wanted to. Right? So it's like, find what brings you joy. Awesome. Love this fun. And then I could put on here, love this fun. And then we could put a word on here if we were so inclined. I don't know if I'm so inclined. And then I would like, I think I need to find one more star because really I would put 3 here and I only put 2. So I will pull out, I have in the chipboard set that these come in with Print Shop. I'm going to put a little black star right there. And I really feel like this doesn't need much more. A date. And if I was going to journal, like I could journal right here and I'd handwrite it, or you could print some journaling strips and put it on there. But I like that. I think it would fit beautifully here if you wanted to do that. A date on the arrow. I love that. That's a great idea, right? This is from our cruise. So what do you guys think? So can you see all the shiny on here? How fun is that, right? So my whole idea with this year is, and we were doing this last year as well, is that let's make the mixed media, but then let's make something out of it. And this was a great way, I think, to kick off 2023, don't you? So if you want a closer look how this turned out, right? And there's foiling on those letters. So the base was done with a ready-made background, so it already kind of laid out our plan. You could make this a double very easily by ripping another piece and doing a second page. I think would be fun to do all your tearing in the middle. And then you could build it out with maybe 2 photos and like a couple little photos beside it. Do another little strip and put some florals. And it doesn't even, it could be on white cardstock that you just do. Look at, I'm going to show you now, because I feel like this is good for my friends who are like, if I was going to do a double, let's do a quick sketcher. So let's grab a pen and I will show you what's in my head. Scary place, but come on, join me. So if this was a double page layout, right? So that is one side and the other side. And we have this torn piece and a matted photo, right? We have the little label and the floral and the leaf, right? And then you have your title. And we have another leaf, like, so there's business going on here. And then you have a lot of business going on there. You have your banner, right? And then our torn bits here. And then we have circles going up here, right? Just kind of roughly going up here. So if I was going to do a second page, I would tear like this. And then you could do, if you wanted to, 2 photos like this. And then I would build that kind of row. See how you're doing here? So you could put some more of the washi across. And then you could do some more circles up this side if you wanted to. So you could totally build, and maybe another floral in there and some leaves. And then your journaling could even go on that side as well. So you could totally do a double if that is your thing, right? It's just kind of a mirror image or duplicating the pattern where a lot of the focus kind of runs through the center or the bottom third of the layout right across. So if you are so inclined, because I know a lot of you don't like single page layouts, you know, with me, there's no rules. I'll make anything. You will never hear me say it has to be this or that. If you said, but Vicky, this is how I want to do it, then I would say, and that's totally okay with me, because you should craft what makes you happy. And no one can tell you that it has to, you have to journal, that you have to have a title on it, that you have to do 1 photo, 10 photos, that you don't like to use foam dots. Don't do it, right? There are no rules. Carla, is there a circles type page in your print shop pad that we could use for the second page background? There probably is. Let's look. Great question. I threw it on the floor. Because you could use this page again, right? If you wanted to. Where's the one I did? Because it doesn't matter. They're words, but you can't really read them. So why can't you do that, right, Carla? Why couldn't that happen? That's freaking amazing right there, I have to say. If I do say so myself, I kind of really love that, right? Like, look. Look how fun that could be. Look at that. And now looking at it, I would love here. Let me just grab something quick. This is the ephemera pack, right? So I look at it and go, why couldn't we do something like, look at this, that right here. So you still could have your black piece on here, right? And then how cool would it be? I would do maybe just a strip of photos right here. Like, right? Like I would do maybe 3 little square photos right here. Boop, boop, boop. And then you could still fill in some florals, right? Like how pretty would that be? I'm picturing it. I can see it all finished in my head. Right? Boop, 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 your photos, or here, here, here. And then you could still put another subtitle like, awesome, love this fun. We had a great day, or whatever you want to do. But you totally could do that. You could put a photo here. You could put one here. You could put one there if you wanted to. Right? Totally could do that. Because I know some of you love 2-page designs, but look what I did. I just flipped it. So the only thing you'd have to do is make sure you don't stamp your words upside down. But to be honest with you, could you tell? You'd have to look pretty darn closely to find it. The other thing that would be fun is you could put a photo here with another one of the banners just across this side. So you could have the weight here and the weight up here. Right? So you're literally flipping your design. It makes a fabulous double pager, doesn't it? I agree with you. I love that. Do you add your layouts to an actual scrapbook? Yes, Lisa, I do all the time. No, in brackets, quietly, I don't. Should I? Yes. One day, did I go out? I bought cases of albums from American Crafts, black, just plain old black albums. But no, I don't. I don't. I would like to this year to do that, but I'm not going to lie to you. I don't. But I need to. And the other reason now, so showing you guys, like I love this, that you can see this. Can you see it? There, what it would look like. I think it would be a beautiful double page layout. Like, I freaking love this. And can I tell you something else I would love? If that black was navy, would be magic with the coral. But as a scrapbooker who does this as a job on top of loving the craft, is it's almost impossible to share and make them look good, a double page layout on social media, right? So a lot of times you won't watch, I wouldn't do it and put it on there because how am I going to photograph it? You'd lose all the detail in that. So maybe it would be good in like reels if I did those things. My answer when people ask if I send all my cards, sure, yeah, right? Dawn, I'm a card maker now. It will be an amazing day if I ever think to mail them one day, right? But I love that. I really love how that turned out. So you could see how this could totally be a card too, just by shrinking everything down, because I really love mixed media on cards. That all this messy, yummy goodness could totally just scale it down and put it on a card. It could go in your art journal. I actually think that a lot of what we do should be duplicated in your art journal where you can write notes and everything. That is what I would like to do this year, is kind of a creative toolbox art journal where everything we do has flips and flaps and we can write little things underneath it and descriptions and just kind of our thoughts and feelings about what we were doing, or things that we recognize as we were going, or things we think we could change and make better. I love that, right? Have a draw and give away your cards as prizes. People will love it. Yes, Margie, I love that idea, but here's the whole thing. Then Vicky has to remember to mail them and do all of those things. So maybe I'll put a bunch of cards and do like a giveaway or 2 giveaways, but right? I just ended up mailing out all my giveaways just this week because there's the whole thing. If I had someone here helping me, it would be a lot better, because then I'd say, here you go, and move on to the other work that needs to be done and get someone to do that stuff. When you come to visit, Margie, to pick up your next kits, remind me and I will gift you one of my cards, my sweet friend. right? It's just never ending. So what do we think, friends? What are your thoughts? How you feeling? Anybody inspired to create? I hope that you enjoyed that. I'm going to flip the camera around. So give me a minute. I got to adjust my light so I don't scare you all. Here's a funny story, because I know you love it. You love when I just randomly chatting about things. Hi. So when I was away, my eczema on my eyelids went away. It was great because it's nice, the humidity and the heat. And I've been back for less than a week, and my eyelid is absolutely killing me. So I went out and bought myself a humidifier to put in my bedroom, and I'm hoping that will help, because all the lotions and things aren't really going to help me, because I need to get to core of the problem. The core of the problem, and it is that it's too dry in here. So I hope you enjoyed that. Do we have any questions? Anything you want to talk about? So many plans for this year. I talked about doing the mixed media Wednesdays. I feel like I'm, in full disclosure, I'm overcommitting. So I'm going to turn that into a class, because I do Fridays already. It's lots of planning. It's 2-3 hours every week, plus what goes into the background behind scenes of it. So I am going to do the mixed media as a class, and it's going to be where we just add on. It's a perfect opportunity for you guys to ask lots of questions. It'll be recorded. You can find all of those things. I'll do them live, because I like live classes, because if I was teaching a class in person, we could interact and you could ask questions. So I don't want to pre-record them. So that is one of those things I want to do. I'm putting together, I actually have my whole cart filled with what I think are great basic tools. I would like to this year do a lot of handmade albums. I will still do scrapbook pages, but really I do them because you guys love them, but it's not how I do a lot of my crafting anymore. I love mini books. I'm loving cards. I'm loving art journaling, where I don't have to add a photo if I don't want to. I can, but I don't have to. And my whole thing for 2023 is literally using what I have, adding in some great basics that I think will advance and highlight and make my art better, and doing what makes me happy, finding things that I can either spend 3 hours doing or 15 minutes doing and still fill my creative cup. And it's all about discovery and maybe pushing myself out of my comfort zone, that I don't have to just do 12 by 12 or double page layouts. If I feel like just doing a art journal, I totally can do it. And I don't art journal to journal my feelings, because pulling up my pants, my pajama pants, just so you know, because business on top and party on the bottom. And I might not have even combed the back of my hair today. But the point is I feel like you guys are more comfortable. We've been hanging out and doing this, that I feel like it can transition you into doing more artful techniques and mixed media. And you do not have to craft for a purpose. You can craft and make art just for the pure pleasure of doing it. And discovery comes through practice, and more practice. It's not practice makes perfect. It's practice helps you learn, and you learn more by correcting, altering, changing your own mistakes or things that you think weren't perfect in the beginning. It's just so much fun. I want to do the things. I just feel like, let's start doing the things. I was so inspired this week when I sat down and went through a rabbit hole of kind of planning for this year. And I'm going to work on creating tools that make it easy for you to do it. Like all the things that I draw, I would like to make into stamps and stencils and dies, so that you could feel very confident in creating your art. And like I said, we can create and do it all in an art journal. And then we can take that art journal and go through like it's a recipe book and go, I'm going to use this page on this layout. I'm going to use this technique on this page. and this page, and I'm going to make a card. Like, I just really feel like this is how I'm going to get you to that next level of creating, is literally we have to sit down and have a practice journal where we just sit down and just play like it's a blank slate. Let's just do the things. And then I think what would be fun is, say, like each month we do those things and then we go, okay, we did all of this fun. Now let's make a card out of it. Let's make an altered, like 3D fun little thing. Let's make earrings. Let's paint jeans. Let's gel plate all of the things. So just buckle up. That's all I have to say. Buckle up. We are going to be having a lot of fun this year. So stick around. I have lots to share with you. I have lots to give, and just keep giving back by showing up and chatting with me. You make this magic. You make it easy for me want to show up and share all of the things with you. So, and then on top of all of that, I have 3 collections coming up with American Crafts that are going to be awesome. So 2 are done, are in the can, as you say, right? Are all finished, and we haven't started the 3rd one yet, but that will be the next thing. So, 3 events, right? 3 events we will be doing. And just so you know, whatever comes out in the fall, I am going to be teaching that again, just like I'm doing print shop in January, because it gives us all, it gave you months to buy the kit. That kit came out in September. So you had right up until the beginning of January if you wanted to invest in it. And then we have something to do in January after the holiday season. So it's going to be so much fun. I'll go through. I was chatting and I didn't read all your comments. So I'll make sure I go back through and do that. But thank you. As always, if I haven't told you, I wasn't here for New Year's when we gush and talk about all of the highlights and the best things from 2022. But I can sum it up right there, is you guys are the best thing. Showing up, allowing me to do something I'm so passionate about and being interested in it, interested in what I have to say for the most part, interested in talking to me and building this friendship and community. Thank you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for the support. I very much love and appreciate all of you, even the ones who you don't chat because you might be watching on the TV or you don't know how. Thank you for continuing to show up and to allow me to do something I totally love. So have a wonderful evening. Let's go 2023. I have so many plans. I can't wait to share them with you guys. Have a wonderful weekend. I will not be here next Friday because it's my print shop weekend, but then I'll be back in the saddle, blazing saddle, the following week. So have a great weekend. I will see you in 2 weeks. If you guys are joining me for print shop, even if you just want to hang out, it's 40 Canadian dollars. What's that? Like $2 US with the way our dollar is right now. So for 20 plus hours of education and fun. So if you just feel like showing up, you can do access only at vickybooten.com. And I can't wait for that. We're going to have so much fun. So have a wonderful weekend, friends. If you're watching after the fact, thanks for joining me. And we'll see you in 2 weeks. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.